Hello, future doctors. Myself, Simran Singhal, and I welcome you all on BrainypediaSkills platform. So, are you ready to ace NEET UG 2025? If you are struggling with botany preparation, don't worry. Today, I will break down the complete NEET 2025 botany exam pattern, and it will include syllabus analysis, deleted and added topics, important units, and types of questions that are asked previous year. Okay, so you don't have to worry. And listen carefully because at the end I will also share the most effective strategy to attempt botany questions in which comes in our actual examinations. Okay, so do not worry, just stay with me and we will learn all the things together. So now let's move forward for our. Before jumping into the syllabus, let's first understand the NEET UG 2025 exam structure because knowing the format helps in our preparation very well. Okay, so nearly 180 marks can come from botany alone. That's why it's super important to plan our preparation very smartly. Okay, so in our exam, in our botany or in science portion there are three subjects as you know all, that is physics, then your chemistry. Both of these subjects contain 50 marks each, whereas biology, it is divided into two sections, that is your botany and zoology, and it consists of total 90 questions. So if I am talking about 90 questions, that will marks you about around 360. Right? Okay. So alone, if I talk about the botany, then it contains about 180 marks, in which every correct answer will give you 4 marks and every wrong answer will give you minus 1 marks. So I would suggest you all please not to play a guessing game in these questions. It will not help you very much. Okay? So now let's move forward. Now, we will analyze the chapter-wise syllabus and highlight the most important topics for from the perspective of NEET UG 2025. Okay, so let's talk about first our 11th class syllabus, then we will talk about our 12th class syllabus. So in 11th class, there is a chapter, the living world. So in living world, the most important topics coming in an exam, probability of coming questions from these topics are high. So these topics are characteristics of life, taxonomy, nomenclature. Okay. In biological classification, we will go through deeply in five kingdom classification, viruses, viroids, lichens. Okay. In plant kingdom, we will go through algae, biophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. In morphology of flowering plants, in this chapter specifically, this whole chapter is very important because this chapter also contains some families, and as per the new NTA guidelines and new syllabus updation, they have added more families to it. We will see these families later in this video only. So otherwise, other than the most important topics are root, stem, leaf, flowers, flower, inflorescence, fruit and seeds and families. Okay. Now next chapter is anatomy of flowering plants. So in anatomy of flowering plants, tissue system and vascular bundles are the most important topics. In cell biology, we talk about the cell organelle, the transport mechanism. These all play a very important role. In your cell organelle, all the organelle are included, whether it is mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, nucleus, etc. Okay, in cell cycle and cell division, mitosis, meiosis, and their significance. So we are going to see what is S phase, G1 phase, G2 phase, M phase. We are going to see everything from the degradation of chromosome to rebuilding of it. Okay, in biomolecules, we will going to see what are carbohydrates, proteins, how they will work, what is the significance of lipids, and how enzyme help us. Okay, in mineral nutrition, essential elements and nitrogen cycle are the important ones. Photosynthesis, again this whole chapter is very important, but the most important topics would be light reaction, Kelvin cycle, C4, CAM pathway. Okay. In respiration of plants, glycolysis, Krebs cycle, electron transport chain. So all these three cycles are interconnected to it. So for example, if I say कि जो starting होती है वो आपकी होती है glycolysis से, then your Krebs cycle comes, and after it ends with the electron transport chain. Okay. Then lastly, in the 11th class syllabus, it is plant growth and development. And in this chapter, the most important topics are growth regulator auxins, gibberellins, cytokinin, ABA, and ethylene. Okay. Now let's come to the class 12th botany syllabus. So sexual reproduction in flowering plants, although the whole reproduction part is deleted, but we will see this part. Okay. So pollination, double fertilization, and what is seed development. Now what are the principles of inheritance and variation? So we are going to see the what is Mendelian genetics, chromosomal theory. Okay. Then the most important chapter from NEET perspective is molecular basis of inheritance. In this chapter, we are going to see what is DNA replication, transcription, translation. So whole DNA part or our protein synthesis part is covered in this chapter, and it is very important. Then our evolution come. Here we will see the Darwin's theory, हार्डी विनबेक रूल प्रिंसिपल, एंड इससे जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं कभी कभी आपके थ्योरेटिकल तो आते ही हैं और कभी एक दो न्यूमेरिकल भी आ जाता है. Then human health and disease, so it will cover immunity and vaccines. Okay. Microbes in human welfare, role of microbes in industry, environment. Biotechnology, again PCR, gene cloning, CRISPR, Cas9, you have heard of it, I think. ओके. इकोलॉजी में आपका इकोसिस्टम आता है, आपका पॉपुलेशन आएगा, आपकी साइकिल्स आएंगे, आपके एनवायरनमेंट के बारे में पूरी थ्योरी इसमें कंप्लीट हम कराएंगे. ठीक है. ओके. नाउ नेक्स्ट, अगर हम अब आगे चलते हैं तो अब हमें देखना है कि चैप्टर वाइज जो वेटेज है और किस चैप्टर में से हमारे कितने एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस हैं जो आ सकते हैं, एंड उन एक्सपेक्टेड क्वेश्चंस के अकॉर्डिंग हमने कुछ अप्रॉक्सीमेटली एक मार्क्स का भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करा है, जिससे आपको पता चल सकता है कि हाँ आपको किस चैप्टर पे ज़्यादा ध्यान देना है. So these are the most important units where maximum questions are asked every year. Okay. So first, as I told you in the previous slide, your molecular biology or molecular basis of inheritance is the most important chapter. As you can see, it covers around 14%. Okay, so it covers around 14 percentage. Expected questions from this particular chapter will be 6, and you can gain marks up to 24. So it is not exactly marks, but yeah, it is approximate. Okay. Now the next one is principle of inheritance and variation. So it is also very important as it covers 10%. So you can have 5 questions from this part and you can gain up to 20 marks. Okay. Then cell cycle and cell division. So cell cycle and cell division will cover your 9%. It has 9% weightage. You can get 4 questions from this chapter and you can gain up to 16 marks. Plant kingdom, again, as we are talking about botany, so ये unit तो आपके पीछे नहीं रह सकती. So yeah, it covers 7%, okay, of your weightage, and you can have 3 to 4 questions from this unit or this chapter, and you can gain marks up to 12. Then morphology of flowering plants, so इससे भी आपके 3 क्वेश्चन बहुत ज़्यादा ऑब्वियस और रहते ही हैं. ठीक है. सो आप अगर इस यूनिट को करके जाते हैं तो यू कैन गेन अप टू 12 मार्क्स. देन प्लांट ग्रोथ एंड डेवलपमेंट, सो अगेन इट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू मॉर्फोलॉजी. सो इसमें से भी आप 3 क्वेश्चन ला सकते 3 क्वेश्चन को देख सकते हैं एग्जाम में, एंड अगर आपने सही कर दिए तो यू कैन गेन अप टू 12 मार्क्स. Then photosynthesis in higher plants, so you can have two questions and the marks is 8. Okay, then respiration, same. You can have you can expect two questions, again the same from ecology and microbes in human welfare. So from all these four units you can expect to have two questions from each unit. Okay, so you can gain 8 marks from these each unit. So if you focus on these topics alone, you can gain easily up to 120 marks in botany. So your 120 marks are going nowhere if you prepare these units. So among all that units we have talked earlier, so the most important unit, as you know, is molecular biology, your inheritance chapter, your cell cycle and division, then photosynthesis, plant growth and development, and the last one is ecology and environment. Okay, so these are the most important units where maximum questions are asked every year. Okay, every year. Now, so here are some topics that are deleted by NTA and MC. So this is the updated one. Okay, so you don't need to waste your time on these topics. Okay, so firstly, from the living world, it is botanical garden and herbarium, then tylosis and hardwood formation. So it is deleted. Then pteridophyte and gymnosperms are also deleted. Biological classification, uh, kingdom Monera, Protista, fungi. In detail, they are all are deleted. Okay, so enzymes and coenzymes are इनके basic concept आपके remove हो चुके हैं, and microbes in industrial processes इसका जो सब points थे वो सब अब आपके syllabus से delete हो चुके हैं. ठीक है. No, so there are some deleted topics and here are some newly added topics. Okay, so अगर आप इनको भी prepare करके जाएंगे, so it will benefit you in your exams. Okay, so the first topic which has been added is CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing in biotechnology. Then your concept of epigenetics and gene regulation, role of secondary metabolites in plants, advanced plant breeding techniques, new case studies on biodiversity conservation, then your families, as I told you earlier, there's mint family, there's this grass family, this potato family, and this is your mustard family. Okay, so all these families are very important from your exam point of view, and we will prepare it very well. Okay, okay, now let's move forward. So now there are some question types and how you can score your in your exam very good. Okay, so we have to plan all these things very smartly. Okay, so let's learn the type of questions that need frequently asked. So ऐसे ये questions आते हैं, ये सब आपके वेटेज के हिसाब से मैंने डिवाइड करे हुए हैं. तो जितने भी चांसेस हैं आने के वो भी हमने लिखे हुए हैं, तो हम उसको ही अकॉर्डिंग स्टडी करेंगे. ठीक है. सो हमने ये पूरा एनालाइज किया है. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर एनालिसिस जो क्वेश्चन टाइप सबसे ज़्यादा आते हैं, दैट इज योर डायरेक्ट कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्वेश्चंस. सो इनके आने की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है दैट इज वेरी हाई. सो अबाउट 40 to 45% ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. देन इसके बाद आपका आता है मैच द फॉलोइंग. ये क्वेश्चन आपको डायरेक्ट मार्क्स या इजीली मार्क्स आपको दे के जाते ही हैं. ठीक है. फिर उसके बाद आपका आता है डायग्राम बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आपके आते हैं. इनकी भी फ्रीक्वेंसी आपकी 8 से 10% होती है. देन आपके एजर्शन एंड रीजनिंग, जिसमें आपको दो स्टेटमेंट्स दे दिए जाते हैं एंड यू हैव टू टेल कि जो उन्होंने एजर्शन दिया है दैट इज करेक्ट और उसकी रीजनिंग करेक्ट है या नहीं करेक्ट है. सो वो हमको एनालाइज करके हमको समझ के, अगर जब हमें कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर होगा हम वो चीज़ तभी बता सकते हैं. ठीक है. तो इसके आने की भी जो फ्रिक्वेंसी होती है वो अराउंड 10 to 15% होती है. देन आपके फैक्ट बेस्ड या मेमोरी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं. ये भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है एज इट कवर्स 20 to 25% फ्रिक्वेंसी. ये भी बहुत आते हैं. देन न्यूमेरिकल बेस्ड आपके थोड़े मॉडरेट उसमें ही आएंगे. इफ़ यू वांट टू स्किप, या अगर आपको लास्ट में देखना है कि पहले मैं सारा थ्योरेटिकल पार्ट कर लेता हूँ या कर लेती हूँ, उसके बाद यू विल सी. सो आप तब ये देख सकते हैं. इफ़ यू हैव एनी डाउट इन न्यूमेरिकल बेस्ड तो आप इसको अपने लास्ट के लिए ही रखना. ठीक है. देन आपका मॉडरेशन में जो हाई नंबर ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसी वाले क्वेश्चंस है वो स्टेटमेंट बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस भी आते हैं. एंड लास्टली योर मीडियम हाई विल बी एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड. सो इसमें एक्सपेरिमेंटल भी हो सकते हैं, आपको कोई सिचुएशन भी हो सकती है. सो थोड़ा इन डेप्थ वाले क्वेश्चंस ही आते हैं, उनके आने की फ्रीक्वेंसी भी 5 से 10% होती है. सो आई होप कि आपको ये सब चीज़ें समझ में आई होगी. आप एक इससे एक आइडिया लेके एक स्ट्रेटेजी अपनी बना सकते हैं. ठीक है. सो फॉर माई साइड द फाइनल स्ट्रेटेजी फॉर यू विल बी कि आपकी जो एनसीईआरटी है उसका लाइन बाय लाइन यू शुड रीड. मतलब 80 to 90% जो क्वेश्चंस आपके आएंगे वो आपके आते हैं एनसीईआरटी बुक से ही. ओके. सो प्लीज गो थ्रू एनसीईआरटी बुक वेरी डीपली, वेरी थरली. उसकी लाइन बाय लाइन अगर आप पढ़ेंगे तो इट विल बेनिफिट यू इन मेनी वेज. ओके. दूसरा, आप PYQ सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल आप लास्ट 10 years के भी ले सकते हैं, आप लास्ट 5 years के भी PYQ सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. आपका रिवीजन का जो तरीका होना चाहिए वो क्विक होना चाहिए, और ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आपने आज पढ़ा और आप कल भूल गए. सो मेक अ स्ट्रेटेजी, मेक अ प्लानिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट फॉर एग्जांपल if you are learning a topic today, so make a habit of revising it on the third day, then on the seventh day, then on the 15th day, and after that you can just take out the PYQs from that particular topic and you start solving that. So उससे क्या होगा कि आपकी प्रैक्टिस भी होती रहेगी एंड आपका रिवीजन भी अच्छे से होता रहेगा. ठीक है. फिर फोकस, लास्टली फोकस ऑन योर डायग्राम्स एंड असर्शंस एंड रीडिंग क्वेश्चंस, क्योंकि इनके आने की ऐसे क्वेश्चंस की बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रीक्वेंसी रहती है अभी जैसे आपने देखा, और ये आपको बहुत अच्छे से मार्क्स भी देके जा सकते हैं. सो गाइज, that's it for today. Okay. If you found this session helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and let's crack NEET UG 2025 together. Thank you so much.